Fly fishing has given me a way to get outdoors in Los Angeles and escape some of the urban insanity and find an outlet that's very relaxing and fun to really benefit my mental health. So fly fishing, it's something most people have heard of, but a lot of people don't really understand it. The idea is using just feathers and a hook, like this. You're trying to make it look like a bug, or in this case, this is called a streamer. When it's wet and underwater, it's supposed to look like a minnow. So over the last couple of years, I've had two pretty significant ankle surgeries, one on each ankle, and fly fishing and gave me a kind of a goal for rehab after each surgery, because I really wanted to get back out on the water. I got into fly fishing by taking a class here in Pasadena at a place called the Pasadena Casting Club. It's a neat place. It's in the Arroyo Seco, and they have a huge pond that's built just to practice fly fishing. The water's about 6 inches deep. Casting in a pond where there's no fish might seem kind of silly to most people, but after my surgeries, I spent a lot of time at the pond because I could go there. I only had one good foot, so I had a little scooter I would move around on, and that was a great way to get out of my house, both to get healthier and just kind of to keep my sanity. And it gives me something to look forward to when I'm working long hours. So I hope to do it for as long as I can. I try to go fly fishing 30 days a year. I made that kind of resolution 4 or 5 years ago, and I've met that goal almost every year. Sometimes you just want to sleep in or have a kind of a lazier day. Once I'm out there, I'm always so grateful that I got out, and I'm often fishing by myself, so I enjoy the solitude. Sometimes when I'm up in Wisconsin, I will bait fish with worms, but especially if I'm out with my daughter, and I've had the experience where we're out on this beautiful remote lake, just the two of us, have the place to ourselves, and she's catching all these big bass using worms, and I'm sitting there fly fishing and not catching anything. So after a couple days of that, sometimes I'll give in and I'll start using a worm, and it's a lot easier to catch one of these big bass if you have live bait. But other than that, I typically just will only fly fish. I like the challenge. To me, I think it's much more rewarding to catch a fish on a fly rod with a fly, especially if you've tied it yourself. Each cast, you gotta hope that you're gonna catch something. It's kind of the best feeling in the world when you feel a tug on your line, and especially if I haven't caught anything in a while, it just your adrenaline starts rushing. When I catch a fish, at least I'm pumped up for the rest of that day, and for the next couple days, I'm just like riding high, because it's just an incredible feeling. If I don't catch anything on a given day, it's fine. I don't get upset at all. It can be a little frustrating, especially if you can see fish or if you have fish on your line and they get away. But really, the real joy is just being out in nature and relaxing and kind of just getting away, getting out of the city, leaving your cell phone behind, and just kind of unwinding and focusing as much as you can on catching a fish. But if you don't catch anything, you've had just as good of a trip usually. When you're out in some beautiful spot and you're just surrounded by mountains, out in the wilderness, there's nobody around typically, and it's just complete peace. That's what got me hooked on fly fishing.